Hey guys, so I'm sure some of you have been in this position before. You're doing some PvP, grab some rockets from the heavy ammo crate, and then you see a blade dancer heading your way and you think, oh, I just got heavy, I'm gonna shoot them with a rocket. You shoot them, they don't die, they kill you, and you get angry. Perhaps shout something like, that blade dancer just tanked a rocket, that's garbage, or something a little less family friendly. Today on Mythbusters, we'll find out the reason as to how and why sometimes that guy in the super just won't die to a rocket. I set up the experiment as such. There's a guy with a rocket. I'm the target. The guy shoots me with the rocket, and I try to live. I'm going to spare you guys all of the examples of every combination I did because most of them ended up being the same. Here's the deal. When you fire a rocket, there are two components of damage to the rocket. You have the explosion damage of the rocket going off, and you have the direct impact damage if applicable. The explosion damage of a rocket is somewhere in between 328 and 336 damage. Most rockets will do this amount of damage to a target in non-level affected modes, so everything except Iron Banner and Trials. This amount of damage is always lethal. If you're hit by that amount of damage, you're going to die without other things helping you survive. What about direct impact damage? Direct impact damage only applies if you hit the target with the actual rocket itself. My theory is that the direct impact damage of a rocket just isn't displayed if it doesn't need to be displayed. I didn't say it was a good theory, just a theory. But since most rockets don't usually show the direct impact damage in regular situations in PvP, it's tough to realize that the direct impact damage is actually there, even if you direct impact someone with a rocket. In PvE, it's pretty easy to spot. If you've ever noticed two numbers popping up on a target when you hit them with a rocket, that smaller number is the actual rocket itself hitting the target, and the bigger number is the explosion damage. However, when you're in a super, you gain damage reduction. For most, this is about 50% damage reduction, with the exception of Sunbreakers, who get 55%, Sunsinger Warlocks with Radiant Skin, who get 55%, and Voidwalker Warlocks, who get 45% for some reason. 328 cut in half is only 164, and that is not lethal damage to someone in a super, even to a Voidwalker Warlock, which is 180 damage. So right off the bat, that would say right there, oh, well, that's why they don't die to a rocket, it's non-lethal damage. Here's the thing though, sometimes players do die to rockets, and sometimes they don't, and that's what's confusing to a lot of players. So why is that so inconsistent? Well, it's actually not, and here's why. When you fire a rocket at someone in a super, whether or not it kills them depends on whether or not you directly impact them with the rocket. The direct impact damage is enough to get you lethal damage on a target in a super. Gunslinger, dead. Blade Dancer, dead. Stormcaller, dead. Even if you're just a little bit off, it will not be a direct impact and it will not kill them. Note that this applies for grenades and horseshoes as well. In this PvE clip, I hit our taken friend here with a rocket and we see the direct impact damage pop up. I fire again, intentionally missing, the rocket explodes thanks to grenades and horseshoes, but the direct damage impact is not there. The only conditions under which a player can survive a direct impact rocket are the following. You're a Striker Titan in mid-super using Unstoppable. This will allow you to survive with a tiny sliver of health. You're a Sunsinger Warlock with Radiant Skin. You will live with a tiny sliver of health. You're a Sunbreaker Titan. You will live with a tiny sliver of health. So, that's the deal. If you're ever firing a rocket at someone and they're in their super, you better make sure you hit them directly, otherwise it's not going to kill them. Alternatively, if you see a rocket being fired at you and you want to try to survive, pop your super and hope that that rocket doesn't hit you directly. Or you could just use a Sleeper Stimulant, which kills everything except for a Radiant Skin Sunsinger Warlock with an Overshield, but come on, how often are you finding one of those? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.